Hey y'all, you know, for about a week now, I've really been obsessing about gifts that come from your heart and from your kitchen. Well, I showed y'all compound butters, savory and sweet. And now I'm gonna share with y'all some different sugars. And this is in my newest magazine. Don't you love that cookie Christmas tree? That's so pretty to me. But there's a section in here towards the back of gifts from your kitchen. Well, I'm gonna share with y'all some ideas for gifting sugars. And the first one I'm gonna do is, cause it takes a little bit longer to make, I'm gonna do a lemon sugar. And it calls for 1 cup of sugar, the zest of 2 large lemons, and 1 drop at the time of yellow food coloring. So, I've got my cup of sugar, and I've got my zest from 2 lemons. And I want to get every drop, because this would be really, really good in some hot tea. And I know, like my Aunt Peggy, she doesn't drink coffee anymore. She drinks tea every morning. So I'm just gonna stir that zest up in there. And then I'm gonna add my food coloring, because I think if we make it yellow, it will really be pretty. All right, it's working a little bit. It just takes it a minute to work that all in. And I'm thinking about 1 more drop. What do you think, Eddie?
Yes, I see a little bit of white left.
Yep. So let's do 1 more little, oops. I'll probably never be able to find that lid. Okay. I mean, you have to get it incorporated in, don't you? I think that little bit of food coloring makes it so pretty. All right, because there was moisture in our zest and there's moisture in the food coloring, we're gonna need to dry this out in the oven. So, my instructions to you are to use parchment paper, but I'm just using a seal pat. You know, like you use for baking cookies so they won't stick. All right, now I have got our oven preheated to 200 degrees, y'all, and I'm gonna put it and leave it in the oven for 10 minutes. And that should dry it out, and then we're gonna store it into our gift-giving containers, and it's just that easy. $200 degrees. Okay, for 10 minutes. All right, the next sugar I'm gonna make for y'all, the one that we featured in the magazine, is chai spiced sugar. Now my Aunt Peggy, I know, would love this one. Well, she'd like both of them. So this would be a great gift for her, because at 91 years old, she's got everything she wants or needs. So I think these teas would be a great gift for her. All right, so I've got 1 cup of sugar, 1 teaspoon of ground cardamom, oops, 1 teaspoon of apple pie spice, a 1/2 teaspoon of ground cloves. That was cloves, I think. and 1/4 of a teaspoon of ginger. Okay, so that was 1 cup of sugar, 1 teaspoon of ground cardamom, 1 teaspoon of apple pie spice, 1/2 teaspoon of ground cloves, and 1/4 of a teaspoon of ground ginger. And all we have to do is put this in a bowl and stir it together, cover and let it stand for at least 1 week before using. So you got plenty of time to make these sugars, and store it in an airtight container for up to 3 months. So what a wonderful gift. So easy, but such a thoughtful gift for somebody that loves their tea. In fact, you could buy a nice box of tea and give along with your sugar. So there you go. These jars are really a little bit too small. Because, you know, these little jars don't hold much. See, I could almost get two jars out of this.
It would be, you know, a good gift if you're giving some tea bags.
Yeah,
you know,
tea bag, yes.
With it, and some
Go
honey
buy them a
and
special tea. I think that's wonderful. So I could get 2 out of this, Eddie. But I only have 2 jars as an example, and we put our little tickets to and from on top, and then we're gonna tie them up with ribbon, and we're gonna give them to our friends. So here's one, and Eddie's already gotten our ribbon cut. Come on now, you work with me, baby. I don't know if you saw the last video when we were making butters, but Eddie was helping me, or I was helping Eddie. I don't know who was helping who. Eddie, can you put your finger right there, please, and still... All right, wait, it got a little loose from me. Okay. Push it tight. Hold it tight. So I would highly, highly recommend y'all getting some ribbon that has wire on the sides. That makes life so much easier, doesn't it, Eddie?
yes, or a hot glue gun, whichever.
I don't think this ribbon, I don't think it's supposed to curl. You reckon? There we go. I think I was trying to curl the wrong side. Because it does have a right and a wrong side to it. Okay, and I'll tell you what else helps a lot is tape. But we don't have any tape either. Nor a glue gun, nor nothing here that we need.
Next year
Yes,
will be better.
But next Christmas, I promise it'll be better. We will be in this house and we'll have everything that we have in our house. So, right now it's in storage houses. This house, Bobby's house that I'm staying in. Thank God he lets his mama stay in his house. Where else could they be, Eddie?
I think that's it.
Who knows? Who knows where it all is? Has it been 10 minutes on our lemon sugar? You think? I think I was supposed to toss it about halfway through, so let's check. Stirring halfway through bacon. All right, so I will do that now. can find a rag and something to stir it with. Oh my gosh, that's pretty. I almost wish I'd put one more drop of food coloring. Eddie, I think it's time.
It's ready, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna cut that oven off. So, we know it's dried out, don't we? Oh gosh, look, you almost let me put that in that bowl, Eddie. You're supposed to be watching me so I won't screw up.
Lemon chai.
Mm-hmm. Lemon chai probably wouldn't be bad. All right, let's see if I've got this where it's cool enough for me to pick up. Ooh, that seal pat is hot. All right. Now all we have to do is take a whisk and just break it back up. Or, you know, as I always say, I love God's tools pretty good. And this is hot. This is really hot. But the moisture from the zest and the the yellow food coloring has gotten it nice and dried out. All that moisture. So if I had a food processor here, I could hit it with a food processor, you know, for just a second to break it all up for sure. But I'm not opposed to some little hard pieces. This is going to be so delicious in that cup of hot tea. And you know, so many people get sick around this time of year. So, you know, when you start getting a sore throat or something like that, a nice cup of hot tea really feels good on that throat. So there we go. Flavored sugars. And in this issue of the magazine, y'all, there's a section that I really do like, and it's homemade goodies. And you know what? I wanted to make y'all some biscotti. Homemade biscotti is so good. And I forgot. But anyway, biscotti. I have a recipe for fruitcake biscotti in here. I've got a gingerbread fudge. I've got pumpkin parmesan bread. I've got savory snack mix. I got lemon sugars, chai, flavored finishing salts. I love that. I'm gonna do that for y'all too before, or you can just get the magazine. How about that? Merry Christmas, and I love y'all to pieces. Love and best dishes. Hey y'all, it's Paula Deen. Now, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like it and click the subscribe button as well as the notification bell to be alerted when I post a video. Love and best dishes, y'all.